Have carbs, don't have carbs, I don't give a shit anymore. That's right, just cut them out, not a big deal. Except for the fact that there is literally zero benefit to it, and if anything, it hurts your chances of long-term success. Because most normal people do love carbs, and there's a lot of carb-rich foods out there that can serve as a bond between our families and our cultures, and they also happen to provide us with tons of energy. So if there's zero added benefit and all these other good things happening, why are we avoiding them? Is it because carbs have sugar? So which carbs are we talking about? Is it the cookies, the chips, the cakes, and things like that? Because if that's the case, a lot of the calories from those foods also come from fat. So why are we not avoiding fat? Oh, because of the blood sugar spikes and the insulin response. Well, it turns out, unless you're diabetic, those spikes that you see from your CGM are actually totally normal, regardless of whatever influencer that's trying to justify their eating disorder tells you. Let's be honest, the real reason that we demonize carbs and we avoid them over and over again, and we get stuck in this binge restrict cycle, is because we want a boogeyman. We want something to blame because that makes everything so much simpler. Because in reality, the real problem usually is not just carbs. It's the fact that most of the time your house is fully stocked with these carb-rich foods that you can't get enough of, and your environment is really making it hard, to the point where no amount of willpower is going to help. Or the reason you reach for those comfort foods is because you got so much stress going on, and God forbid we go to therapy. Or you know exactly what you need to do, but you're avoiding a tough conversation. So instead of having that conversation, you're like, I'm just going to eat this instead and make myself feel good. Or you're working a ridiculous job that's basically indentured servitude, and you're so stressed all the time. But instead of putting out applications for something better, you're like, I'm just going to eat this instead. All this to say, it's not the carbs, it's the portions and the calories. But all that other stuff affects your ability and your behaviors that help you eat the right amount of calories and keep the portions in check. If you do want to attack the right boogeyman and start seeing the results that you want and not constantly fall off the wagon, then make sure you're going after the right thing. But before you do, make sure to hit that follow button if you like advice that actually helps you instead of gasses you up and gives you fake boogeymen.